What's good, fam? It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. I'm back at you with another dope episode so you can understand the market, so you can just learn how to play the game, but most important, so you can learn how to print money. Before we get into this episode, please do me a favor, man. Like this, subscribe, and share. But also, listen, that is not me inside the chat telling you about Bitcoin. It is not me inside the chat telling you about WhatsApp. So if you see that person in the chat telling you that, listen, block them and report them, because that ain't me. They're trying to get your money, man. Let's go, baby. I need to give you a body of work so you can understand. Let me go to Trap so he can teach me. Let me go to Trap so I can understand. The reason why we can't effectively dominate the market is because we don't truly understand what's going on in the market. And we don't understand what's going on in the market, how can we function inside of the chaos? So this episode, we're gonna talk about dividend ETFs. Now I'm gonna tell you why this one is real good. Because a lot of people look for the dividend play. Trap, I want the dividends. Trap, I want the passive dividends, right? That's cool, I want you to get that. But a lot of times you don't like taking the risk that comes with investing in some of those single stocks, right? So we're gonna do right here is we're gonna talk about some dividend ETFs that are solely focused on high dividend payers, but some of the downside to that is they're not always in great companies because they plan it just for the dividend yield. We'll talk about that, but it balances out a little bit, and I think that's cool. If you want to start a dividend portfolio, I think it's essential. Everybody needs to have one. I think you need to have an options account. I think you need to have a long-term buy and hold account. As far as Roth IRA, you need to have one that's from 3 to 5 years, and I think you need to have a dividend portfolio, 100%. So let's get into it. The first one we're gonna talk about is SCHD. This one is probably the banger. This one is by Charles Schwab. So this one has a 3.5% dividend yield. It's actually outperformed the rest of those. It has returned about 13% year to date, which is real good. It has 105 equities or stocks inside of it. Anytime you hear the word equities, they're talking about stocks, man. So they got about 105 of those inside of it. Let's break down the top 5. So it has Cisco in it at 4.45%. It has Amgen in it at 4.3%, AbbVie in it at 4.3%, Home Depot, and then AVGO. So what I want to do with for a second, I want to just cross out some of the ones that I don't really like, so to say. So I don't like AbbVie. The dividend is strong, but the company is just trash, right? And Cisco is not what it is. So, but I'm not mad at Amgen, Home Depot, AVGO. I actually love AVGO. These are strong companies, I wish. But because they're all similar, you understand now, because it's in the top 5, watch this. Because these are in the top 5, this is predominantly what is going to move this ETF. So when these companies do good, this stock move. When Cisco does well, AbbVie not really doing well. But anytime, so AVGO, Amgen, Home Depot, when they move, it's pretty gonna be good. I like this one. I'll get this on the green check. I'll get this on the green check. That one gonna print money. I like that. That dividend is real good. Next, we're gonna go to the DGRO. This one is by iShares, right? This one is by iShares. It has 428 stocks inside of it. Golly, that's a lot of stocks. Pays a 2.42 dividend yield, right? The biggest inside of it is Microsoft. We'll circle that because we like Microsoft. We'll circle Microsoft. The next big player is Apple. We'll circle Apple. That's in the top 2. Then they go with JP Morgan. I ain't mad at JP Morgan. Then the 4th player is Johnson & Johnson. I don't like Johnson & Johnson. And then the 5th player is ExxonMobil at 2.7%. Now this one is really strong right here, right? This one is really strong. This is by iShares, right? Again, with 428 stocks in it, you know Apple's dividend is small. It is pretty small. JP Morgan has a nice dividend. ExxonMobil gas company, they got a lot of cash sitting on that balance sheet, so you know that dividend is good. So I'm really not mad at this one at all. With 428 companies in it. What's good, trappers, man? It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Right now, I want to invite you to an amazing experience full of value. That is my community, Trappers Anonymous. It's 100%
the greatest fundamental investing community on the market. Listen, your portfolio should be a masterpiece. And the only way we get you there is if we help you to learn how to invest with confidence. Now listen, I get it. Like, you don't know a lot about stocks, or maybe you've heard people say how much money they lost in stocks, but I can guarantee you, one, because they weren't in the community, and two, they lack the information. Our goal in Travelers Anonymous is to help you, really to hold your hand on the journey to becoming a confident investor, learning how to navigate through the different events that the stock market goes through, to take you from panic to encouragement. There's no better time than now. This is an opportunity only for those who are willing to be on the journey. So listen, man, click the link below. Come join me in Travelers Anonymous, man. I will see you in one of our many classes, whether it's Moat Monday, whether it's the 2-hour class we do on Sunday, or whether it's just a book club. Everything is geared toward making you a better investor so you can triple your net worth and turn your last name to an asset. It's your boy, Wall Street Traveler. See you in the trap.
The next one is SPHD. This is the Spiders High Dividend. So now this one has 51 companies in it. It's more concentrated, right? It's more concentrated. It has a 5.14% dividend yield. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. But I'm gonna be real with you. I don't like the AT&T, even though I know y'all trap the dividend for AT&T. Trash. AT&T got a horrible balance sheet. The stock been going down for the last 4-5 years. Nothing good about it. They cut the dividend in 2020 at the beginning of the pandemic. Trash. I don't like it. And it's their biggest holding. We definitely don't like that. Verizon, I'm gonna call this hot dog water. Hot dog water, right? It don't got the best balance sheet, but it's better than AT&T. That equals 3. I'm gonna circle that too. I don't like that either. Then the next one at 3, Alteria, the cigarette company. Trash. It's just trash. It's just trash. I don't like it, right? And then the next one is International Paper. I'm not mad at it at 2.86%. So these are the top 4 holdings. It does pay a 5.14% dividend yield. I'm not gonna lie, if I had to choose any one of them, if I'm being honest, I would go with SCHD. The reason why is because it's a bigger dividend yield with this one. Doesn't have as many companies. What I should have did was put the expense ratio on here. It's 0.06. Expense ratio is amazing for this one. I like this dividend ETF. This would be the one that if I was starting a dividend portfolio and I want to get with an ETF, I would definitely go with SCHD, the Charles Schwab Dividend ETF. And it's outperforming. It's up 13% year to date. It has a good track record at performing really well. One of the things you love about ETFs is you're not owning one of these companies individually. You're actually investing into the fund, and the fund is giving you a return on how they balancing your money out. Let me change that misconception too. People often think when you buy ETF, you have a percentage of these companies that you own. You don't. What happens is when you own the ETF, when you put the money in, the company is spreading the money around in these companies, but you actually are investing in the fund, and the fund is giving you a return. You don't own the company, so let me clear that. I know y'all gonna go argue with me in the chat, but just go call them and see, do I own these? You don't own them like you own an individual stock. You're investing in a fund, and the fund is distributing the money, and you are getting a return based on the fund's ability to distribute the money, which is why these are passively managed ETFs, because every year they're gonna switch them out. They're gonna switch the percentages inside of them. Like this, they got 4.45% here. Next year they can have AVGO at 5% and they can do that down. So your ownership stake is not there. The company's just moving the money around and you are getting that dividend. That's why you pay that expense ratio. So it's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper, man. This one here is called the Dividend ETF Play. Listen, man, make sure you like it. Make sure you subscribe. Also, man, check out Trapping Tuesdays. This is my show that come on each and every Tuesday. We live on the Wall Street Looks Like Us Now network. Go check out my other page. Also, each and every day, we actually put out an audio. So check that out on all your podcast platforms. Go download that, go stream that, go share that, put it in all the group chats, man. Again, it's your boy, the Wall Street Trap, man. I love y'all. I'm out.